Hello beautiful people, welcome or welcome back to the channel. In today's video I want to show you guys how to create a digital product inside of WordPress. So again, if you're going to be creating a shop or e-commerce website using WordPress, you need to understand the different types of products. In a previous video I showed you guys how to create the simple product. Now in today's video I want to show you guys how to create a digital product. So let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is go down to where we see the products tab, and we're going to click on add new product. Before we get started, I do want to make note that in order to add products to your WordPress website, you will need this plugin right here called WooCommerce. If you have not already checked out my previous video where I showed how to install it and how to get it set up, be sure you guys go and watch that video. In this video, I'm only assuming that you've already installed the plugin of WooCommerce to make your website a shop website, and you are looking to learn how to add or create a digital product. So let's get back to the tutorial. So after we go to products and add a new product, we can now name our product. So again, this is the digital product. So let's just say I want to share a web design e-guide, which I actually do have, you guys. If you guys want that, I do have it linked down below. But let's say I want to add that e-guide. So I'm just going to title it exactly what it is. So this is a let's call this web design for short. Let's just do web design e-guide and just put a dash, and there we go right there. Now e-guide, ebook, same thing. So if it's an ebook, you can just swap out the word guide for book, but in this purpose I'm just going to use the web design e-guide. Then right underneath there, I have the product description. Here is where I can put in my long description. So in the previous video, when I showed you guys how to do a simple product, you guys noticed that the description is what's going to be placed right here at the bottom, or depending on wherever you place it in your design, you have a long description. And then you also have this thing right here called the short description, which we're going to get into in just a second. So for my long description, I can put some lengthy text. For the purpose of this video, let's just go with this right here. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here for my web design e-guide's long description. Okay, so the next section is going to be the product data, and this will be able to determine what type of product this is. In the previous video, I showed how to do a simple product, but for the digital product, you technically won't see it underneath the product type because it's not a group product, it's not an external/affiliate product, and it's not a variable product. So how do you make it a digital product? The answer is keeping it on a simple product, but making this simple product downloadable. So this tick right here, if you just hover over, it tells you that a downloadable product gives access to a file upon purchase, which is exactly what we want. So if you're going to be creating a digital product, keep it on simple and then tick the downloadable tick right here. And then you will notice if I untick it, you see there's nothing right here underneath the general tab. But the moment you actually tick it, you see some other information pop up right here. So underneath this general tab, we're going to stay on here. We're going to give it a price. And let's say the price for our e-guide is $40. Okay, and then for the sale price, we could give it a sale price, but I actually don't want to give it a sale price. I'm going to make sure I get the full 40 for my e-guide. Underneath there, you see the downloadable file. So when you are creating a digital product, like I said before, this is technically a product that is going to be a file on someone's phone or their computer. So that means whatever digital product you're creating, it needs to already be downloaded on your laptop. That way you can upload it to your WordPress in order for it to become a digital product. So I'm going to go back here, and underneath the downloadable files, I'm going to go ahead and add my files. It's going to open up this right here, and you can go ahead and name it. So let's just go ahead and put web design e-guide. And then I have the file URL I can just drop in, or I can go ahead and choose the file. So if you already have your URL, you can do that. Let's say you were doing some Canva templates like I did in my actual website. Let's just take a look at that. Actually, if I go here, you see I have, let's go to the template shop. On my website, you will see that I actually have some templates right here that were created on Canva that people can purchase if they are a restaurant or a food business and want some custom flyers. So technically all of these are downloadable products. These are basically digital products. So when a person buys this, they will be prompted the link to use this template to make it their own. So if I go back to here, you can either put in a URL if you're using something like Canva and you have the URL. But for this e-guide, I actually have the PDF file on my computer, so I'm going to choose the file. And as you see right here, I have now my ebook PDF file uploaded. So now I'm going to go ahead and insert the URL. And as you see, it automatically generates the actual URL for it. And I'm going to go ahead and that's pretty much finished. Then I have a download limit. So you can limit this to be 1 download per person. And you can also do the download expiry, which I would say keep it on never. But if you want somebody to, when they purchase this video, they have a certain limited time in order to download it, then you can choose that right here. I wouldn't choose it just because if a person spends their hard-earned money on your digital product, why make it expired? But of course, it really just depends on the conditions of which your product that you're selling, have going on. I'm not sure, but it is here for you if you need that. And that's pretty much it for the settings right here. Now, obviously, it really kind of obsolete a lot of this stuff because you don't necessarily need the inventory, you don't necessarily need shipping, or you don't need shipping at all. And if you want some linked products, you can still do that. So let's just say even with this web design e-guide, maybe you have a course. You can actually upsell the course as well, or you can cross-sell any other types of ebooks that you have for web design. So the linked products will still come in handy depending if you do have other digital products that kind of align with this one. You won't need any attributes, and the advanced tab is pretty obsolete as well. So now we're going to just scroll down, and then we have the product short description. So right here, let's just put in some default short description, and there we go. We just have a simple short description that we can have displayed on the single product page. Now scrolling back up, and now we're going to focus on this right hand side. You have some publishing settings right here. Let's say you want to publish this at a certain date and time. You can do that with the edit button right here. You can also make this visibility different. So let's just say you want it to actually be a private product that you only send specific people. You might only want to send this URL to specific people, so you can publish it but make it private. If you want to do that, you can do that. And you can also adjust the status. So at any point, if you want to draft it in draft mode, you can do that. But these are the publishing settings right here. Then scrolling down, we have the product images. So right here is the single product image. This is going to be the first image that shows when someone sees this product web design e-guide. So for this one, you might want to have the actual cover of whatever it is this particular product will be. And then underneath that, you have the gallery. So let's just say for this e-guide, I will put the cover as my product image. And for the product gallery, I will put little snippets of the inside pages. Or I might show how this ebook can be read on a tablet and a mobile device. So I might have some other cool little photo shoot images of the actual e-guide that will be posted underneath the product gallery. So what do I mean by this is if we just take a look at the simple product that we did, if I scroll down, you see right here we have some additional images. And these are actually the product gallery images down here. And the one that's showing right here, that the big one, that's your product image. So if I go back, this first one will be that simple one. And that's going to show first. I'm going to go ahead and choose my image. So this is going to be the image for the main product right here, as you see. And then underneath that for the gallery, I will just choose some other images. Let's just say I want to use this custom image right here. And you can add more. You can actually rearrange them. So let's just say you had more than one. As you see, I could drag this if I had more, and you can rearrange them however you please. If I just scroll down, I now have product categories. Now, in the beginning phase, if you are creating your e-commerce shop and you know how you want to categorize your products, maybe you already have a large inventory and you know how to categorize it, you can actually just go over here to the left side panel underneath the product tab, and you can choose category and go ahead and create all of your categories before adding your products. Or as you see on the right hand side, going back over here, you can just add a new product every time, or add a new category every time you add a new product. The simplest way to do it, it really just depends on what products you already have and how you already know how to categorize them. So for the purpose of this video, this is just for tutorial purpose. I'm just going to add a new category, and because this time this product is an ebook, so it's not technically going to be an anime t-shirt, I don't need to categorize it in there. So I'm going to go ahead and add a new, and the category that I'm going to set this is going to be ebook, or let's just do digital. Let's just do digital. So this is going to go in the digital category, or let's say digital. Let's do digital products. That sounds a lot better. So digital products, I'm going to add a new category. And as you see, it automatically ticks. So it's saying that this web design e-guide is now going to be in the category of digital products, which is exactly what we want. I'm going to scroll down now to the product tabs, and I can go ahead and just put some stuff like maybe ebook, enter, e-guide, enter, and we can just really keep it at that. You can get as long as you want with your product tab, so you can be very thorough, very short, but very specific. The choice is totally up to you. And of course, you have some brands. If you have, let's just say you're reselling other people's digital products, you can brand them underneath here. And this will just help for filtering purposes later on, where you can actually have people be able to find digital products through specific brands. I don't have that, so I'm going to skip that. And now it seems like I have everything. I have my tag, categories, my short description. I have my one gallery image, my main gallery image. I also have the price, and I actually have the link or the file for the digital product. So when a person purchases, they will actually get this link to view the digital product. And I made sure that the tick is on for the downloadable product. I have the title, and I also have my description. I'm going to go ahead and publish this so we can check it out and see what it looks like. Okay, perfect. So once you actually do have your product published, and as you see right here, you get this product published message. So you can actually now right click and view the product, or you can also just click on this URL. It's totally up to you. And now once we view the product, now you see here is our product. This is our ebook right here. We see web design e-guide. We see that it's no sale price, it's only $40, and we see our short description right here. I also see the categories and tags that I just set. So I see those. That's really, really good. And down here you see the gallery images. So now you can choose between a gallery. Right now they're different sizes. I would not recommend it, but this is just tutorial purposes. And if we scroll down, we also see the description. This is the long description that pertains to this ebook. And if we were to go just say to the overall shop page, let's just refresh the shop page. So in the previous video, I showed you guys how to do the simple one, and now you see our e-guide is right here. Never mind it being cut off. That just means we have some other work to do in terms of sizing our images and sizing up how our product thumbnails look for this particular page. We will get into more of that in future videos, so be sure your bell is on if you're already subscribed, and if you're not, be sure to subscribe. So yeah, now you see on our shop page, we see our simple product here, and this is our ebook or digital product right here. Now, if you guys didn't watch my previous video, I do want to let you guys know, the moment you actually install the WooCommerce plugin to give you e-commerce functionality, it will automatically grant those pages. So that's why when we were able to click here after we published our product, we were able to come here and actually see the product on the shop page. And if we click it, we're actually able to see the single product page. The reason why you can automatically see that is because once you install this WooCommerce plugin, it'll automatically generate you those shop pages. So if we just go to pages, all pages, when you first installed or started your WordPress website, you would have noticed that you did not, in your pages, you did not already have the cart, the checkout, the my account, refund and returns policy, or the shop page. But the moment you do install this plugin, it will automatically generate these pages. So that pretty much wraps up today's video. If you guys learned something, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below comment down below a laptop emoji if you made it all the way to the end. In our next video, we'll be going over either a group product or an affiliate product, and then at the end, we will be getting to the variable product, because it will take me into my series of showing you guys how I actually created this Herbie shop right here and making the mega menus and all of these amazing things. But that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.